Have you ever wondered
This is Kendra with True Us TV.
Always look.
This is Kendra with True Us TV, and I'm back with another video. Oh, please go check out this man's page and send this man $1, y'all, for this information. This is for educational purpose only. I'm going to just give some commentary based on the evidence that is being presented in front of us, y'all. So let's get into it.
Control of the peoples on plantations. It's not even true. Well, I have some plantation pictures or life of the plantation on what it really was. But why would they show our peoples, the American Indians, looking like this?
Right.
Have you ever heard the pen is mightier than the sword?
I've heard.
And who was some of the owners of these plantations? This black lady,
right.
Kenya Anderson Plantation. But Hollywood had diminished this lady that gave many people's jobs. And these people...
And listen, not only that, white people jobs, right? Why is it that they decided to erase all these black plantation owners? And this goes to you black people who were celebrating the fact that they burned down that plantation, antebellum. You don't realize that even World War II was used as a way to destroy evidence of black Europeans in their rulership in Europe. You don't know that they even did that in America, that they conspired a plan to erase black history worldwide. And in that erasing, they have used conceptual art. They have burned down and deconstructed, renamed us in order to erase our contribution to the history. Has it ever occurred to you that if white people really built all of what they're saying they built, we saw old buildings, huge monuments, buildings, old cathedrals, all burned down, dismantled, taken apart, destroyed. If they truly built this stuff, why would they destroy it? I would never destroy something I built only to rebuild it and make it uglier. That's stupid. It wasn't even modernizing it, because they will leave the cathedrals that they can brainwash you with, and the ones that had too much evidence of Negroes, they bombed. That's also in Europe. All those castles in Europe that couldn't be torn down, they just took all the antiquitech off of it, any traces of Negroes, and then they sell pieces of it to different museums worldwide. This is what they do with all black stuff, all black inventions, black sculptures. They sell it on the black market. And they erase your history as we know it today. Tell me why they don't tell you about the black plantation owners. Why do they tell you white plantation owners? There's no proof of that. It's conceptual art when you see the white man riding on a horse with a top hat on. Nah, he was a worker. And the reason why he had a top hat is because he burned in the sun. And some of that is also deep fakes. Remember, deep fakes have went far back since the 1850s, 1840s even. Deep fakes have been around for a long time. When you take these negative images of these photos and you place them on top of one, I don't know the precise wording to explain it, but when they take the camera image and they fix it so that you see this white plantation owner on there, you don't know if that's true. You don't know if he was even in that photo that they cropped. They could have put him in that photo. Technology is that good and have been for a while now. You get what I mean?
He was right here.
But I digress.
To rewrite the history of the American bloodline Aboriginal to diminish him to psychological warfare.
Which they stay doing.
Literally psychological warfare.
Right.
But let me show you the life on what it was and hidden pictures that they don't show you on the plantation.
Right.
But before I begin, let me show you these pictures. And if you'd like to donate $1, This is about to blow your mind, or any donation that you could, I greatly appreciate it. Let's continue. Now, before I show you these pictures
in
on the
total,
so-called
we estimated the
horrible
African
slave
American
plantation,
invented more than
why the people that own Hollywood never made
50,000
not one
patents over the
movie
period.
of
Thus,
our black
when
indigenous, that the Jews or every immigrant enjoy the life.
But you know what's so funny is enjoy the life of the luxuries in which black people have invented and created. Isn't it crazy how we estimate, it's more than this, it's far more, than 50,000 patents of black inventions in America. Yet you never see any movie that ever tells you that black people invented this much. You don't notice that? You hear all these slave movies, but you never hear about all these 50,000 black people, black inventions. You never hear about it. Never movies about it. Never. Why is this? Because it contradicts the idea that Negroes are dumb. It contradicts the ideas that if a Negro can invent, what state of mind was that Negro in? Because in order to be able to invent, your mind has to be clear enough for you to be able to see clearly what is needed. Because if my mind was always fixated, we know that a troubled mind isn't a mind that thinks clearly. In order to retain any type of information, to get intellect, to get knowledge, one has to have some form of stability in mind. So if black people were being beaten and whipped all day, what clear mind would they have to invent? I'll wait. It contradicts that narrative that we are stupid, and it contradicts the fact that they say they kept us in slave labor, beaten, whipped, and chained. So because it contradicts that notion, they don't do, Hollywood never does movies about black inventors, and if they will do it, they will always try to make it seem like the white man inspired it. I digress.
Of North America. Why they never made one video? I'm gonna show you why. Because of jealousy.
Right.
Now, this is the owner of the Ken Anderson plantation in Cartersville, Mississippi, August 1940, where she gave many people's jobs like they do today.
Right.
Now, here's a brother that stayed on the plantation,
and they will tell
which
you,
is called
and they will tell you that this nigga a slave based on how he was dressed, and this is how they dressed at the time, depending or according to his job, right? A mechanic is going to be dirty. Doesn't make a mechanic a slave. He could own his mechanic shop. You get what I mean? So conceptual art will tell you that this black man is a slave. And it will say he's a slave because if he was an owner, he would wear a top hat. You know, he would look, this man just got off of work. This man is sitting and minding his business. He looked clean cut to me.
Did you catch that? With his wife, kid, all in the background.
Sunday, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Look like he's struggling for anything?
Nope.
Huh. Look like you struggling more than him.
The smile on his daughter's face.
They go Mexicans and Negroes cotton pickers at a plantation store of Knowlton Plantation, right?
Right.
They
own the store.
Delta, right? Labor is contracted for and brought in trucks from Texas each season. October 1939.
Hear what they just said. They didn't import no Africans. They said this, I cannot say this, transient labor is contracted for and brought in trucks from Texas. Each season, they brought people from Texas each season. Come on, hello, somebody.
Do it look like
Mexican and Negro?
These people's in the movie.
This is what they claiming, right?
Nah,
that's for entertainment purposes only. To believe
Hollywood to portray
these white folk
as slaves. Now they say that so-called slaves on a plantation did not get paid.
Right.
But listen.
These cotton hoers work from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. for $1 near Clarksdale, Mississippi, June to July of 1937. Like, I love how he does and lets you know that My mother was born in 1949. $5 today is like $500 back then. My mother was like you. My mother was born in 49. She said you could fill up a whole refrigerator full of food for $5. You know what I mean?
Look at this. These cotton blank work from 6 a.m. to
It wasn't
7 p.m.
500. I exaggerated,
for
but you get
$1 near Clarksdale, Mississippi, June, July 1937.
Right.
If you don't know what a dollar is, then it's worth $100. $1 was $100, so they made $100 a day.
Right.
Bowling. Now, if you didn't know, it was a post office inside the plantation of Milestone, Mississippi Delta in 1939.
Right.
Now, don't he look at peace? Do he look like this?
No.
Do he look like them?
No.
Do he look like them?
No.
Nah. Or do he look like this?
No.
Nah. The last truckload of cotton.
Hoers.
I don't want to say their name.
Hoers.
From Memphis
bound for the Wilson Cotton Plantation, Arkansas.
43 miles.
Distance, June 1937. And look how they dressed. Look how they
Look
dressed.
how clean it was.
Look at the town.
Was around. Look how
Right,
clean
look how
that
clean
was.
the ground was.
Man, everybody get that bread.
And y'all,
Now, in case
I wanted
you
to
don't realize,
rewind back and show you how deep fakes work. When you see things shadowy, it isn't because there was a shadow. Somebody tampered with the actual photo. They either remove buildings. I'm telling you, this is how bad this shit is. They remove buildings, they remove homes, and they remove people out of photos. So sometimes these shadows are cast from them moving things out of the actual photo. And this is how they also created a lot of these deep fakes, by erasing they try to make you think there was no buildings in these lands when there were. That's what I'm basically trying to get at.
Had cars, as you can see at the Norton Plantation. Right?
The Negroes had cars. They invented cars.
Delta, Mississippi, October 1939.
Repairing tire on the road.
Running away from the plantation.
Right.
So-called, they was enslaved, or the last slaves got free. It's a story they told you in the history books.
Right.
Nah,
right.
Now, look at this. Do it look like they had an overseer of a boss? Nah.
Right. And y'all, hold on.
Coming out of the fields.
Now, if you go back on that image,
right in Mississippi Delta.
Remember in that image before, they will have a white man riding on the back of a horse. Remember that. And I want y'all to understand that this is how they also make deep fakes. They will have a white man on the back of a horse and say, oh yeah, he was the overseer. No proof. There's no evidence of that. There's no evidence he was the overseer. And we're going to show proof even by this film.
October 1939. Where are these millions of slaves?
Where these white folks at?
The horror, as you said, the movies. Oh, they don't show you.
Ooh, look at that.
In Clarksdale, Mississippi. And I told you about Clarksdale.
Negro beer and juke joint.
Right? Look how happy they
Clarksdale,
look.
Mississippi. Ain't that where they was lynching all the Negroes?
Show and portrayed them as he's the owner, but he was nowhere around.
Right.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
It really is.
Now look at this. Look at this. Women's being transported from Memphis, Tennessee,
and look how they dress,
to
y'all.
Arkansas Plantation.
Look how they dress, y'all.
Either they are modeling contests,
right,
or they not planning on getting dirty,
right,
because they dress fly.
Right.
Negro day laborers brought in by trucks from nearby towns, waiting to be paid. So they actually brought them in by towns, waiting to get paid, and cotton picking, and buy supplies inside the plantation store. So they buying supplies? Sounds like ride share or Uber.
Right.
Because you got to use your car. That's called a ride share.
Right.
Did you catch that?
Right.
Now this is where they change up the wording. African American cotton plantation
right. We
workers
weren't called African American until 1988.
Walking next to cotton fields, right? And hops and plantation.
And let me explain Let me explain why they stopped calling you Negro after that. Because there's an understanding. They want you to get in this idea of the word Negro was used in the 1924 Racial Integrity Act. That we will no longer cast these Negroes as Indian, but Negro, color, and black. They put African American to throw you off again. How they interchangeably use these little titles to confuse you. You are not African. American black people, it is time you wake up and realize you have nothing to do with Africa. Let it go.
Mississippi, right? In 1940. Where's these slave masters at? So I've been waiting to see these millions of slaves. Where's the Native Americans?
Look at what they dress like.
Where's everybody? But you see a couple of people's working.
You don't see no
the
white
last
folk.
truckload of cotton, I don't want to say that word,
Hoers.
from Memphis bound to Wilson County Plantation in Arkansas, 43 miles distance.
And they don't mean
June
bound like wrapped up. Clearly,
and look
you see
how
their hands.
beautiful the land looking. It ain't look like how it look now, right?
Right, ain't dirty.
Now, look at the children of sharecroppers near West Memphis, Arkansas in 1935.
Right.
They owned the land. They actually were the landowners.
Right.
The post office inside Plantation store in Milestone, Mississippi Delta, November 1937. Look how peaceful he looking.
Right.
He don't look like he's trying to run away from like they portray in the movies, do it?
Nope.
Now look at my brother. Look
Right,
how he
the
is. He
cotton
looking
gin.
beautiful. He what they call a seed separated thinking from the cotton.
Okay, removing
right?
the seed from the cotton.
He's machine operated, what we call it today.
Hop sign.
Now look at my man. He got horses bringing the cotton back.
So,
I thought he was supposed to be walking.
Remember how I said that white man that would be up on the horses and they would tell you if that's even real because they could have deep faked that in. That image could be a fake image and white people, of white people being on these plantations when they really weren't. All right, so again, that white man who was on the horseback could have been like this guy, right? This cotton plantation worker hired as a day laborer, riding the mule, holding down a sack of cotton in the cotton field at Nugget Plantation in Benoit, Mississippi, Delta, Mississippi, October 1939.
And having whips like they do in the movie.
Right.
Nah.
Ain't nobody beating him.
Josh Teller, the Negro foreman who has been on place for 43 years,
50.
right, of the plantation.
He said 40. No,
I thought
that's 50.
the white man was on a horse with the...
Right. Josh Taylor, Negro Freeman, who has been on place for 53 years. Knowlton Plantation, Perthshire, Mississippi, Delta, Mississippi.
Wapow! The whip! Wapow! Now, here's the kicker.
Cotton on porch of sharecropper's home. Maria
got to take their
Plantation,
cotton home and
Arkansas,
bring it
at
back the next
October
day because they was the
34th.
boss.
Sorry, y'all.
Was never no white people like they portray in the movies. Now, I say that to say this. You have been fooled. PSYOP, FBI, CIA operation. But if you like to donate $1, I greatly appreciate it.
Right. Y'all, go. Listen, y'all, go ahead and send this man $1 for his information. I keep trying to tell y'all, they have been playing us. We have been hoodwinked, swindled, bamboozled. Okay? The plantation, slavery did not happen the way they say at all. White people did not own no damn body, being owned themselves. And I just wanted to go ahead and do this video. Thank God for this man and his knowledge and the information that he is pulling up, because dead ass we've been played, right? These fake ass conceptual art photos of fake ass white plantation owners, us saying yes massa and being all that shit was created, y'all. That goofy was created. Alright, anyway, this is Kendra with Truist TV, y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Stay up, stay blessed. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And put God first above all else. Peace out. Bye for now.